So, I've been making these YouTube videos for quite a while now, but there's still one question that's gone unanswered, and that's, am I actually any good at painting? Every now and then, I believe that each of us, as many painters, probably feel like we're a bit out of our depth, as if we got to a place where we don't quite deserve to be. We may feel that we haven't actually earned the praises that we receive, and that our accomplishments aren't quite as important as they first felt. These kind of thoughts have been drifting through my headspace recently, and I thought it might be a good idea to discuss this with you, break it down and take a little bit of a look at what makes us good painters. Whilst I'm busy talking away, you guys can watch me painting my first attempt at a display piece, the Batpacker by Bold Miniatures. I tend to try and keep things simple on this channel. I make videos on how to paint tabletop standard minis in ways that don't require all that much effort. Recently I've wondered if not only is this all I do, but is it all I can do? Can I only paint to this tabletop level? And if so, what makes me think that what I have to say is worth anything more than what somebody else is already saying? I'm not bringing anything new to the table, I'm just an okay painter teaching stuff that can be taught by someone far superior somewhere else. I believe that almost everybody feels this way at times. Our social media feeds are filled with beautiful minis painted by incredible artists, and whilst this can serve as inspiration, a lot of the time we are left with a why bother kind of feeling. Bizarrely, the achievements of others can sometimes make us question our own ability and even discourage us from moving forwards. However, all hope is not lost. By shifting our mindset and slightly altering the way we look at things, we can chase away our inner painting demons. That's what I'm trying to do here by painting this Batpacker. I wanted to try and prove to myself that I'm not just a Warhammer speed painter and that I can actually slow down and create something a bit more special. If you've been having these imposter-like feelings, then what I would encourage you to do is 1. Paint something cool, and 2. Change how you look at others' work. Now I'm going to start by talking about paint something cool thing. Pick a model you have that you're excited to paint. I suggest an individual character rather than a unit. This model is going to showcase what you can do regardless of what level you're at. I want you to make a conscious effort to slow down a bit and pay more attention to the details. Pick maybe 1 or 2 things you'd like to improve on in this paint job. You want a more dramatic end result? Push those highlights that little bit further. You want the base to look cooler? Introduce some new textures. Also, don't be afraid to learn from others. That doesn't take away from your achievement. You think your leather looks too boring? Vince Venturella has a video for that. You want your metallics to look more realistic? Vince V has a video for that. No idea how to paint zombie flesh? Vince also has a video for that. Want to learn how to paint literally any material? V-Man has probably done a video on that. Yeah, seriously, if you don't know who Vince Venturella is, I'm going to put a link in the description down below. He's a very, very useful resource. He's an incredible painter. Go check him out. Once you've slowed down and actively tried to improve, you'll hopefully have something you're proud of. Keep in mind, not every one of your paint jobs will look this good. It looks this way for a reason, and that is okay, because you've proven to yourself you can paint better than you allow yourself to believe. But it's still not as good as the paint job I saw on Instagram. Well, that brings me on to the second step about changing your mindset. Firstly, let's get a really simple thing out of the way. Never measure your success by comparing what you've done to somebody else's work. Only ever compare against your own work. Not only does this stop jealousy from creeping into how you view your own ability, but it also gives you the only accurate and fair representation of your growth. Now, I know this is easier said than done. Of course, part of you is going to want to compare what you are doing to others, whether you like it or not. But instead of letting your brain say your work sucks compared to theirs, use it as an opportunity to learn. Let's say you see a model with beautifully painted skin. Instead of getting down about how much better it is, ask yourself the question, what makes it better than mine? Is it the colours? Is it the smoothness of the transitions? Once you've identified something, look into ways of improving that element of your painting. Take what could be seen as a creativity threat and turn it into a source of inspiration. It's also worth noting that on the internet you very rarely see the screw-ups. Even the professionals are making mistakes, but for the most part they aren't showing them. Try to bear this in mind when you make a mistake. After all, it's not the mistake that matters, but how you deal with it, what you learn from it, and how you apply that lesson in the future. I would also just like to quickly talk about the model I'm painting. This beautiful sculpt from Bold Miniatures was part of a Kickstarter campaign they ran last year. It came with 3 different miniatures, including this one, a human head with an alien controlling its brain, and a pterodactyl and its rider. The main new thing I tried with this mini was to do with the plinth. I've never based a miniature on a plinth before, so trying to come up with a scene on top of that was a challenge, but I really enjoyed it. Working on the base is something that I wanted to improve personally, and I think I actually did that. I feel like the base itself, it has quite a clear setting. It's as if it's an abandoned set of stone steps in the middle of a kind of foresty area, which is why I've got the growths of grass and flock and whatnot. The second thing that I really wanted to work on with this miniature was building up volumes. Now on the clothes there were some very interesting shapes. We've got some lovely curves and such wrapping round the body, and this is a great opportunity to learn where to place shadows and really push highlights to make it seem as if though it is a 3D thing, which obviously it is, but we're wanting to push that effect using the paint. And the third thing wasn't necessarily something I wanted to improve on, but was a challenge that presented itself with this miniature, and that is the fact that it is a furry creature. A bat is a mammal, but it didn't have any sculpted fur. It had the indication of tufty cheeks, but for the most part its skin or fur is quite smooth. So when painting these smooth areas, I had to try and indicate that there was fur there, building up a texture all by myself. And I gotta say, I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. Overall, I really enjoyed painting this piece, and I'm super looking forward to doing my other 2 display pieces. It's been really nice to paint something so different that is just for the sake of painting, not something that's going to end up on the table. So I hope you found this video useful, and if not, at least interesting. And if you did enjoy this format of video, where I'm talking about a specific topic and then painting a mini to go along with that, please let me know. I would like to do a few more of these discussion-based videos. I really enjoyed going through my thoughts around the topic and writing it down and stuff. It was quite good to get an insight into my own brain. So let me know if there are any topics in particular that you'd like discussed, and leave them in the comments below, because that'd be really interesting to do. As always, I would like to thank all of you for watching this video. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave any comments down below, and if you want to see more content from me, then hit that subscribe button. That'd be extremely useful. And there are other ways you can support me through Patreon, buying t-shirts, just going to my social media accounts. There will be links in the description below, all that stuff. But until next time, I'll see you later.